The health department has reported more than 12,000 new COVID-19 cases today. That is the highest in 4 months. Fully vaccinated close contacts of probable and confirmed COVID-19 cases will once again be required to undergo an entire 14-day mandatory quarantine. One health official says that there could already be community transmission of the more transmissible Delta COVID variant in Cebu City. Local governments in Metro Manila have started rolling out cash aid for residents affected by the 2-week ECQ period.
And demanded he read it before they got
and in entertainment, Friends stars Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer are rumored to be dating in real life. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The IATF has temporarily suspended the shortened quarantine period for fully vaccinated close contacts of probable and confirmed COVID-19 cases. Greg Gregorio with the details.
The IATF has suspended the shortened quarantine period of fully vaccinated individuals who are close contacts of probable or confirmed COVID-19 cases. From 7 days, they are now required to undergo a mandatory 14-day quarantine period. Malacanang explained that this is part of the government's efforts to slow down the spread of the more transmissible COVID-19 variants. The health department added that the shortened quarantine period is no longer enough amid the Delta variant threat.
May ebidensya po na lumalabas na yung viral load po ng isang bakunado ay the same lang with that of the unvaccinated kapag Delta variant po ang nakapanghawa sa kanya. Whether you are vaccinated or fully vaccinated, kapag kayo ay considered close contact, kailangan nyo pong tapusin ang 14 na araw na pagka-quarantine.
Vergere adds that as for precaution, we should all assume that there is already a community transmission of the highly infectious Delta variant in the Philippines. With this, the DOH has flagged 41 areas nationwide that are now under alert level 4. This means that more than 70% of COVID hospital beds in these LGUs are already occupied. Despite this, the Octa Research Group has reported that the infection rate in Metro Manila has dropped to 1.74 from 1.80 last August 8. However, Octa has clarified that this has to be monitored in the coming days to determine if this already signifies a downtrend in cases. Meanwhile, when asked about a possible ECQ extension in the region, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere just presented their projections. Vergere warns that active cases in NCR may reach nearly 60,000 by the end of September if quarantine restrictions are relaxed to modified ECQ status after August 20. Active cases in the region may reach 42,000 if ECQ will be extended for another week, then MECQ in the next 2 weeks. But active cases may just be at around 15,000 if ECQ will be extended for 3 more weeks. However, the DOH admits there is still a need to balance the country's health and economy.
Maari pa natin yan mapigilan, marami pa tayong pwedeng gawin. Kailangan din natin tandaan, hindi lang lockdown ang sagot sa mga ganitong pagtaas ng ating kaso. Ang pinaka-importante, kaya natin ginagawa ang lockdown for us to buy time para mas ma-prepare natin ang health system. Pero hindi naman din pwedeng lockdown tayo forever. Dahil hirap na ang ekonomiya, marami na rin nagugutom.
The health department has time and again said that COVID numbers may still go up with or without lockdowns. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Yeah, the Food and Drug Administration has issued an emergency use authorization for the Hyatt Vax COVID-19 vaccine. FDA Director General Eric Domingo explained that HyatVax is identical to Sinopharm and is also manufactured by the Chinese firm. But the packaging was done in the UAE, hence the different name. It is the same shot that was donated by the country that arrived earlier today. Domingo says these jabs from the UAE can be used for ages 18 and above. And an official from the DOH in Central Visayas has implied that possible community transmission of the Delta COVID variant in Cebu City is already happening. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Chief Pathologist Dr. Mary Jean Loreche said the Delta cases in the city have no history of travel. Loreche added that based on their available data, Delta patients had no known contact with confirmed cases of the Delta variant. Aside from the highly infectious variant, Loreche also attributed the surge in cases in Cebu to pandemic fatigue or the state of being worn out by precautions.
Masasabi po natin na lahat po yung nilabas ng Philippine Genomic Center na mga Delta variant cases natin dito ay we would say na local transmission po ito.
And because of the continuous increase in cases, the Cebu provincial government has put 11 areas under modified ECQ with heightened restrictions. Under a local executive order, the stricter quarantine status begins today, August 11, while the end date has not been mentioned yet. And the first day of cash aid distribution in Valenzuela City has been generally peaceful. Camille Samonte joins us from Valenzuela to tell us more. Hi, Camille. How is the system in Valenzuela for distributing ayuda or cash aid?
Sean, there are no long queues and overcrowding on the first day of cash aid distribution here in Barangay Ugong in Valenzuela City. This is because of the scheduling system implemented by the LGU in its payout centers. Forms were given to residents that indicate the specific date, time, and venue where they can get the ayuda. In Barangay Ugong, around 1,400 residents are scheduled to receive their cash assistance today. Barangay officials accommodated 120 beneficiaries per hour to avoid overcrowding. Police personnel and social workers from the Social Welfare Department were deployed to assist the LGU. The cash assistance will be 1,000 pesos per individual or up to 4,000 pesos per household. Valenzuela Mayor Rex Gatchalian said residents are more disciplined now and most of them followed their schedule. The payout centers are also more organized and systematic after the list of beneficiaries were filtered by the national government. A grievance desk is set up in the payout center for those who were not included in the list. More than 180,000 residents stand to benefit from the cash assistance. Let's listen to the beneficiaries.
Mas maayos po siya ngayon, mas maganda po yung mga patakaran po ngayon. Kasi po dati po yung ano po kami masyado po wala pong social distancing pong maayos na nagaganap po. Kasi po sa sobrang dami ng tao tapos po hindi po nasusunod ng maayos po yung nakatakdang oras po para kunin yung ayuda po.
Nung last year, napakahaba po kasi ng pila. Ngayon, saglit lang. Wala pa sigurong 15 minutes ba? Apo.
Sean, the cash aid distribution here in Barangay Ugong ended early today as a result of the scheduling system. LGUs have been given 15 days to distribute the cash aid to all the beneficiaries. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update and stay safe out there in Valenzuela City. That was Camille Samonte of News 5. Thanks, Camille. We're going to pause for a quick one, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. are back on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Taal Volcano's main crater has once again emitted plumes after pausing for 16 days. Let's talk about this some more with FIVOLC's director, Dr. Renato Solidum, who joins us now over the phone. Good evening, sir. Sir, first off, should the resumed degassing of Taal be a cause for concern?
Well, even as we speak, and of course, we lowered the alert level from 3 to 2 several weeks ago, we already stated that in case Taal volcano would manifest another round of unusual activities, then we may be able to really raise it to another alert. But as of now, comparing what we see with previous parameters, we maintain it at alert level 2. Meaning there is ongoing degassing activity of the magma underneath the volcano, and people should just make sure that they don't go to the island or near the shorelines of the volcano island. And local government should just be ready in case the volcano would manifest increased activity.
Right. On top of all of the plumes of smoke and gas that were seen, Dr. Solidum, at least 107 volcanic tremors were also recorded overnight. Does this suggest further unrest?
Well, the Taal volcano is manifesting continuing unrest, right? Even at alert level 2, there is a chance that there can be steam-driven or gas-driven explosion. That is why we have been reiterating that those residents around Taal Volcano Island, and especially the local government, should always be ready, because the activity of Taal has not really waned to normalcy.
All right. And is there any possibility soon, Dr. Solidum, that the prevailing alert level 2 over Taal will be heightened yet again or escalated?
We don't see it yet. The manifestations are not the same as the week when there were explosions, when we raised it to alert level 3. So far, what we can say is that compared to the past almost 2 weeks, the degassing activity of the volcano has increased, and the volcanic earthquakes have also increased because of the degassing activity.
All right. And so for the LGUs, like you said already, you gave your advice to them to always be ready, as well as residents. But what about those with livelihood around the volcano? Would they be able to tend to work or to their fields or to their animals?
Yeah, well, if we're talking about those on land, we have not recommended evacuation of those on the mainland. No. What we have been mentioning would be for those that have livelihood on the lake itself, then again we reiterate that those closer to the volcano island should be prohibited. But those closer to the mainland, they're okay. We have not prohibited them to tend to their fish pens or cages.
Right. Thank you so much again for all those reminders and for the insights. FIVOLC's director, Dr. Renato Solidum, over the phone. Thank you, sir. Right. Heads up, Friends fans, because he is her lobster after all. Friends co-stars Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer are rumored to be dating in real life. The duo, who played Rachel Green and Ross Geller on the hit sitcom, have reportedly been spending more time together after filming the Friends reunion. An insider told celebrity news website Closer that the Friends reunion stirred up feelings between the two and that the chemistry was still there. Jennifer and David had earlier admitted that they were both crushing hard on each other while shooting the sitcom, but the timing was never right for the both of them. And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The health department logged 12,021 new COVID-19 cases on Wednesday. That is the highest since April 10. 154 deaths were confirmed overnight, while more than 9,500 recoveries were logged in the last 24 hours. The Philippine Consulate General will be appealing to Hong Kong authorities to recognize our COVID-19 vaccine certificate. Hong Kong is seeking a standardized form of vaccine records since the cards are only issued by different LGUs here in the Philippines. The Health Department says that the 67 billion pesos in pandemic funds flagged by the Commission on Audit or COA have already been accounted for. In a statement, Health Secretary Francisco Duque III said that the DOH is taking the COA report seriously and is already addressing compliance issues and deficiencies at the moment. State auditors said that the agency's deficiencies contributed to the challenges encountered and missed opportunities by the DOH during the state of calamity or emergency. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.